is no doubt in this tiny shell, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe.
Hi, welcome to my channel, Our Island Home, where I normally speak about all things knitting, but today I've decided to do a short episode on some crochet garments that I've recently completed and also a baby cot blanket that I've been working on. My name is Lydia and nice to see you all if you've watched my knitting episodes, and if you're new, welcome. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about was this beautiful book that I purchased last year. I'm not doing a book review, but this is where I got the two patterns that I'm going to speak about today. So the book is called Crocheted Sweaters with a Textured Twist, and it's by Linda Scuja. It's down here. And the first first sweater that I will be talking about is the one that I'm currently wearing. It's called the Jura Sea Sweater. And here is a picture or two. As you'll note, from the picture, it's quite sort of a longish jumper, but given that I was very limited in how much yarn I had, I actually did have to crop it. And as you can see, it is fairly cropped, but it sits right on sort of my waist. It's a little bit sort of loose, which is nice. The sleeves are a little bit fitted, but that's okay. I really do like the way this fits. And the yarn that I actually used to make this jumper, which I did have in stash, and that's why I really wanted to use that up, so it was very limited in the amount that I had. It's by Bendigo Woollen Mills. It's their luxury range, which is lovely and soft, and it's in the colour Slate. So I've worn this quite a number of times, and there's not too much pilling. So I think I've worn this maybe 3 or 4 times, and yeah, it's holding up quite well. There's probably a few wisps that are starting to come up, but at the moment, no significant pilling that I'm worried about. So back onto the sweater. I had originally made this in a size 2. But then I realised that I was going to run out of yarn, so I ripped it all back and made the size 1. And I was actually amazed at how quickly this worked up. I made this whole jumper, sort of 3/4 of the jumper, ripped it back and made the whole jumper again in 1 weekend. It just grew so quickly. And the jumper construction is that each piece is made separately, so the front, the back and the 2 sleeves. And then once crocheted up, then they're all stitched together, and then the neckband is done. So the way it's worked is the ribbing is done this way, and then there's a set number of double crochets, and then this lovely decorative puff stitch here, and then some more double crochets, another row of puff stitch, and then likewise with the body. But as you may see in the body, they do sort of go across ways like that. So yeah, they're the sort of 2 basic sort of stitches that you use throughout the whole jumper. The pattern called for a 6.5mm hook, however I used a 6mm hook for the body and a 5.5mm for the ribbing. The finished sort of bust circumference is around 92 centimetres, so a little bit oversized for me, but not too much. I don't like things to be way too big. So that is this jumper. I really do like it, and I think probably at a later stage I probably will make the original size 2 that I was planning on making, and perhaps making it a little bit longer as well. So the next sweater that I made was the Nora Forest Meadow Sweater. And here's a picture from the book. Hopefully you can see that. And the original in the book is in this beautiful sort of emeraldy, sort of sagey colour with a little bit of shimmer. And I was luckily enough able to find a very similar yarn. As you can see here, this is the jumper. It's beautiful and lacy. And I'll put a picture here of me wearing it. And this is actually made in a 50% wool and 50% bamboo mix. The line is called Dolce, and it's in the colour Sage by Bendigo Woollen Mills. So hopefully that is there. So just a little bit about this particular jumper. I made again the size 1, which has a finished bust size of around 76 centimetres. I did find though that this wool grew a lot after I blocked it, so there's actually quite a bit of positive ease. It is worked in the round and has a yoke, so it's a bit difficult to hold this up. So it's worked in the round with a yoke, and then you split for the body. And you continue working that in the round, and then you pick up again for the sleeves, and then you continue to work the sleeves. The sleeves have now ended up being a little bit too long for me because of how much the yarn actually grew, but I essentially do just a little, I just fold it over, and it doesn't look too bad. I did consider perhaps ripping it back and sort of cutting off about, a few centimetres, but I just felt that wasn't really necessary. Like I said, I just roll the sleeves up and it's okay. Because it grew again, the yoke depth is a little bit too much for me, so it does sort of come a little bit under my armpit, but overall it's not too bad. And I wear this sort of like with a little black camisole top underneath, and it looks really beautiful with some dressy pants as well, and imagine that it would look nice with a sort of a long line skirt also. So the main sort of stitches in this are again, you've just got this one's a triple crochet, and it's got a slanted drop stitch, which is worked in 2 directions. I'll see if you can see that up here. So there, and that's the triple crochet row there. And then it's got this beautiful broomstick lace. And I literally used a ruler to sort of, work the stitch around there to give me that sort of consistent height. This was worked in 4mm hook, and the yarn, as I mentioned, is a blend, and it is a fingering weight or 4-ply wool. So yeah, let me know what you think. I think it's really pretty. And there are so many beautiful patterns in this book, which hopefully I will get to make a couple of other nice sweaters. There are also some really lovely and unusual sort of shorter sleeved sweaters, and which would be nice sort of maybe in a linen type yarn. Okay, and the final thing that I wanted to show you that I'm currently working on, and this is for a lady that I have been making baby blankets for quite a number of years. I think it's been probably 6 or 7 years, and whenever there's a new baby in the family, or she has a friend or someone else that is having a baby, she often requests me to make a blanket for the newborn, and I've made these in various colours. The one I'm currently working on is in Bendigo Woollen Mills 100% cotton, and this is in the colour cream. So it's just beautiful 100% cotton wool, cotton yarn I should say. And I'm making this, hopefully you can see that, in this lace. It's called a Victorian lace square. So essentially I make 48 of these squares. So the cot blanket comes out 6 by 8 squares. It's quite big, so it's nice length. And then I join them all with sort of this braid stitch. You can see along there, firstly in one direction and then obviously in the other. And it's just about finished. So the actual blanket is done. I'm just weaving in the ends, and then I'm going to do a border around there, and then that will be ready to send off to its new owner. So yeah, so as I said, I've made quite a few of these. I've made some in pink and white, some in a sort of a latte colour with cream, another I've made with sort of more of a parchment, light, sort of more on a white side, still with a tinge of creaminess, but it's closer to white than this sort of more creamy colour. What more can I say? Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll insert here a photo once I've done the actual border, so you can see what it looks like, because I'm hoping to have this completed probably within the next week. So and then I will ship it off. So I probably won't have an opportunity to show it to you live again. So yeah, I'll just insert a photo here before I sort of issue this episode and show you what the finished piece looks like. So I think that's it today for this crochet episode. Please let me know if you enjoyed it or if you'd like anything more. I'm not tending to do a lot of crochet work at the moment, so these will probably be far and few in between. But if you did enjoy it, please let me know. And as I said, when I've got a few more garments or objects that are crocheted, I will do a little compilation video and post it. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye everyone.